Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're breaking down a critical courtroom moment involving disputed evidence, hidden planning, and digital tracking that would later become central to the case. As testimony unfolds, questions arise about intent, deception, and how far people were willing to go before the truth surfaced.
Your relationship with Matt, and your relationship with your mother, and confiding about your marital issues and things like that, correct?
Yes.
Can we get two up? Yeah. Okay. Let me put two in front of you. Sorry. You tell, through your attorney, you tell the government, well, here's what I know. Here's the information I have. One, Tracy Grist is the mother of Katherine Rastelli. Right?
Yes.
Everybody knew that. Number two, Kevin Ellis is the brother of Katherine Rastelli. Right?
Yes.
Hardly news. Number three, Matthew Rastelli, the deceased, is the husband of Katherine Rastelli.
Yes.
Then we get to four, Katherine and Matt had marital issues leading up to Katherine moving from her home in California with Matt to her mother's home in Utah. Tracy Grist is Katherine Rastelli's mother, right?
Yes.
During Katherine and the marriage, Katherine would confide in Tracy Grist about marital issues.
Yes.
Aside from Tracy, Katherine never discussed her relationship with Kevin Ellis or other family members. On occasion, however, Katherine would discuss her struggles with Tara. That's Tara Lynn, right?
Yes.
Now, we already talked about how information proliferated through your family. Let's go to 7. When Katherine moved to Utah to live with her mother, Tracy, it became apparent Tracy wanted to remove Matt from Katherine's life. Right?
Yes.
Tracy wanted to remove Matt from your life.
Yes.
You did too.
Yes, it did.
And according to this offer that the government needs to decide is truthful, you otherwise didn't tell any of that to Kevin. Agreed? Platt says you didn't communicate with Kevin.
Yes.
8, Katherine believes Matt and Tracy have never gotten along well. That's, by the way, clear from the evidence you saw yesterday, right?
Yes.
That Tracy has issues with men and wanted to act against Matt. This information you had your lawyer sent over is Tracy doesn't like men?
I believe so.
Doesn't like what? Men. Thank you, Your Honor. You're in a large group of folks that cannot stand the fact that sometimes I mumble, so please call me out. And so she wanted to act against Matt in action which Tracy initiated, right?
Yes.
The testimony lays out how Katherine's marriage to Matt was strained long before she left California for Utah, with her mother Tracy deeply involved in those issues. Katherine admitted she regularly confided in her mother about marital problems, that Tracy wanted Matt removed from Katherine's life, and that Katherine shared that goal as well. It also established that Tracy disliked Matt, believed he never got along with her, and actively pushed actions against him, while information about the marriage spread through the family as Katherine moved in with her mother.
Instigated and planned, right?
Yes.
The first thing you tell the government is that Tracy is the instigator, planner, and mastermind of this, right?
Yes.
And she would, 9, I'll start to paraphrase because these are in evidence, but that Tracy would talk about being violent to Matt, removing from the situation, but you didn't really think she'd follow through, right?
No, I didn't.
And that's what you put in here. Tracy would make mention of her intentions in passing, but not in any concerted effort, or Katherine and Tracy and Kevin would meet to discuss the plan. However, in retrospect, Tracy proved to be true to her word, right?
Yes.
All this is Tracy do what she would do, what she wanted to do. Tracy would be word. The name Kevin's not in there, right?
Correct.
Katherine and Kevin never discussed any criminal actions toward Matt. This is the very first thing you say about Kevin, number 10, in your proffer letter that has to be deemed to be true, or you don't get your plea deal from the government, the only ones that can give you a plea deal. Katherine, and Katherine's you, right?
Yes.
And Kevin never discussed any criminal actions toward Matt. That's what it says, right?
Yes.
And what's your position? Is this document that is a proffer that has to be believed by the government to get a plea deal true? Did you tell the truth to the government?
I forgot that he was there after sushi.
You are racking your mind to tell the government what you're going to say to them, who's prosecuting Kevin Ellis for a conspiracy with you, and you have now forgotten until trial that you have evidence to the contrary?
I don't have evidence.
Well, fair enough. We've already established it. You don't have evidence. You're just uttering it. But when you wrote this document, did you rack your brain and tell your attorney everything so he could do a proffer?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
All right. You didn't lie to your lawyer, did you?
No.
Tracy acted as the intermediary and would only make mentions of things to Tracy, but then Tracy would meet with Kevin. Here we are again. Right in the first proffer, you are describing this intermediary position of Tracy. Tracy is working with you on her plan, and then she is doing whatever you don't know with Kevin.
Yes.
11 describes some of the things that were done in preparation for Matt's arrival on July 12th, right?
I do not have 11. I have 1 through 8, and then it goes right to 18.
Oh, sorry. Are we able to page to And thanks for catching that, because that's the one marked with an exhibit sticker. I'll have to fix that. So now we can just show it on the screen. I can walk through. It's not working when we publish. Not published. Sorry. It's on our screen, but not published. It's just something we need to do. All right. Once again, this exhibit, I've been running through you with 10. I'm sorry that you don't have that. Can you see it on the screen?
Yes.
All right.
Katherine confirms that she initially told the government her mother Tracy was the instigator, planner, and mastermind behind what happened to Matt, admitting Tracy talked about removing him and even hinted at violence, though Katherine claims she didn't believe Tracy would follow through at the time. She maintains that Kevin was never directly involved in planning or discussing any criminal actions, stating that Tracy acted as an intermediary who spoke separately with Kevin. The questioning highlights inconsistencies between her earlier statements to secure a plea deal and what is now being suggested at trial, raising doubts about whether her account has changed over time.
We already established in paragraph 10 about Tracy being an intermediary. You never discussed any criminal actions towards Matt with Kevin. Then you start to describe what happened on July 12th. And it says Tracy removed the magnetic screen door where he would enter. And why? That it would make it so Matt could enter the home more easily, right?
Correct.
Now, it's Tracy who did that.
Yes.
On this Proffer. Now, when you interviewed, you acknowledged you and Tracy both did that, right?
I never removed the screen door.
No, fair enough. We're just on screen door here. But in terms of preparation, blankets, moving toys, screen door, and all that, you were present.
Yes.
Kevin was not.
Correct.
So that's 12 and 13 is the toys and such. This says Tracy mentioned to Stephanie after the fact that if Stephanie wanted a photo of a body, Tracy would have to take a picture of Matt's body and give it to her. Let's talk a little bit about that. That's Tracy Slocum, right?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Stephanie Slocum, right?
Correct.
Thanks. Stephanie Slocum is somebody that you had met and talked to about this case online, right?
Yes.
That's through this box called Discord. This platform. You can tell my age. It's a platform where people communicate and do whatever they do. Tell stories. Sort of like as if you could go sit in a room with everybody, right?
And also Instagram, yes.
It's like Instagram, and you can pop in and out, and I'm really sorry because I'm sure I don't understand it, but I'm just trying to establish where you meet Slocum. Do you know that Slocum has testified in a hearing before where she called you her best friend?
I know that she testified, yes.
You saw her transcript.
Yes, and I was appalled at her lies.
Because she's just full of it, right? She didn't tell the truth about almost anything that she says you and she talked about, right?
She told the truth on some things, but most things I was shocked that she said.
Let's talk about the things, though. Sorry, I get tangential, but while we're on the subject, Discord and everything else that I don't want to forget. I mean, you're on there all the time. You are constantly on Discord, Instagram, and other things as well, right?
Throughout the day, yes.
And how many, there's hundreds of entries on your phone download of you being on Discord where you're sharing stories and talking to people, right?
Yes.
And smoking pot.
Yes.
One of the things you do, you get on Discord, you'd all get in there and you all smoke pot together and then you talk.
Yes.
I'm going to focus on, you said that Stephanie did say some true things. For instance, when you started talking about Matt and your life and your abuse on Discord, right?
Yes.
You really expressed to these people that you were a victim of abuse and rape and things like that, right?
Yes.
And you did a pretty good job to the extent that even some of the males on there would express, where's he live? I'll protect you from him. I'll go get him. Tell me his name. Things like that, right?
I don't ever recall them saying that.
Katherine sticks to her claim that Tracy acted as the intermediary and handled the key preparations before Matt's arrival, including removing the magnetic screen door and arranging items in the home, while Kevin was not present or involved. She admits she was around during some preparations, but denies personally removing the door. The questioning then shifts to her online activity, where she acknowledges being highly active on Discord and Instagram, discussing her marriage and portraying herself as a victim of abuse, which drew strong emotional reactions from others online, raising questions about how her narrative spread and evolved outside the family.
Well, Stephanie recalled it. Are you saying she's lying?
Yes.
So are you saying you didn't say any of that stuff?
I'm not saying I didn't say any of that stuff. I'm saying the men on there.
And here's my
react.
point. Sorry to interrupt you. Here's my point. You could tell stories that could get men to react on Discord. Agreed? Can we agree with that?
Sure.
So that's where the Stephanie reference in here comes up. And it's to the point that Stephanie had this sort of obsession with crime and gory details. Agreed?
She did.
Yeah, to talk about that, you'd even send a picture of Matt's dead body to her if she wanted it, right?
I did not say that, no.
You'd have Tracy send it?
I did not. Those words never came out of my mouth.
Tracy, number 14. Your mom had mentioned to Stephanie, that's Slocum, after the fact, meaning after Matt was murdered, that if Stephanie wanted a photo of the body, that's Matt's body, right?
Yes.
That your mom would take a picture of the body, right?
Yes, my mother said those words. I never said that to Stephanie.
Yeah. So you are, it says 15. Kevin was suicidal. Your mom utilized and mentioned that. This is all in connection with the conspiracy for murder. That Tracy took advantage of Kevin's mental issues in relation to hurting Matt. Fair to say?
Yes.
And then, I guess, I don't know if you hoped for this or what, that Kevin could just commit suicide.
No, I would never hope for that.
And yet, discussions about manipulating Kevin's mental state to include that after he did something that Tracy and you would like to see happen, Tracy expressed that maybe he just commit suicide. That's what this means, right?
She said it more as a joke.
So
and she said it. It made me sad that she would say that.
That's kind of awful, isn't it?
Yes.
Their mother would talk about her desire to help you get Matt killed to the effect that she could manipulate her son, especially since he's suicidal. That's kind of morbid, isn't it?
It is very morbid.
Then we get to paragraph 16, which has to do with using the AirTag to trace, right?
Yes.
We've already discussed, at least in your mind, yours and Caroline's mind. And once again, Caroline is never in on this idea of hurting Matt.
Correct.
You agree, Caroline is a good person. She would not engage in helping you hurt Matt.
Correct.
And she could only know about Matt and what Matt does or says to you or abuses you from you, right?
I sent her voice recordings.
But you recorded Matt when he was explosive, right?
Yes.
And you also sent Carolyn communications that were from Matt that seemed abusive, right?
Yes.
We have some of them in the trial. I think we're going to maybe introduce their thumbnails in some of the exhibits that you had where you're saying, look what Matt's saying. You're stoking this situation with Carolyn about what Matt is doing and how he treats you, right?
Define stoking.
Well, you are presenting her with stuff that's inflammatory.
Inflammatory?
Yes.
Define inflammatory.
Flame, stoking. Things that might get an emotional reaction out of the person you're sharing it with.
Yes.
Got that reaction. Carolyn reacted.
She did?
Katherine denies ever offering graphic details herself, insisting that it was Tracy, after Matt's death, who told Stephanie Slocum she could take and share a photo of Matt's body, while Katherine claims she never said those words. She agrees Tracy spoke about Kevin's mental health and admits Tracy made disturbing comments about manipulating Kevin, even suggesting suicide in a joking manner, which Katherine says upset her. The questioning then turns to the AirTag and information flow, with Katherine maintaining that Turlin was not involved in harming Matt but only reacted emotionally to recordings and messages Katherine shared, acknowledging she sent inflammatory content that fueled strong reactions and concern about Matt's behavior.
Anyway, we're getting to what happened. The AirTag, paragraph 16. Tracy instructed Katherine to stay upstairs. Don't come down when he arrived. plan was either Kevin or Tracy, if needed, would shoot Matt with the gun and place the knife in his hand to sell the story of Matt being the aggressor, right?
Correct.
Right. Kevin or Tracy, we're going to return to this a number of times. It's Tracy telling you that either she'll kill him or Kevin will.
Yes.
But there is no time that she ever told you Kevin's in on doing it, right?
She told me, yes, that Kevin was willing to do it.
So that the fact that you repeatedly will get to have told the government that Tracy never told you what she did and talked about with Kevin is now changing at the trial?
I don't think that she did tell me.
I know what your assertion is.
She and Kevin had a discussion, and that if Kevin didn't want to do it, she would do it.
Now, that's not what this says, right? She doesn't say, this proffer never says that Tracy told you anything she talked to Kevin about. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
All right. 17 talks about how, you've already said, Matt didn't bring that knife. You've been shown that knife. Because she and Tracy had the knife prior to Matt's arrival that day. And Tracy would likely put the knife in Matt's hand, right?
I do not know who put the knife in his hand.
I'm aware
because I was upstairs.
You don't know.
You're right.
You told the government that your understanding from communicating with Tracy, it's only Tracy, you've never communicated with Kevin on the subject, that Tracy said she would put the knife in his hand.
Yes.
Doesn't say Kevin, doesn't say Tracy and Kevin, it just says Tracy, right?
Yes.
And then here's the final paragraph. Katherine never discussed any details about shooting Matt with Tracy and Kevin. See that?
Yes.
The end is italicized. The point is, you're never talking about this plan with Tracy and Kevin at the same time. Right?
Yes.
You thought long, you thought hard about trying to get a deal that could save all of this time in prison for you, what the government would need and want to hear. And you said, among the things we just discovered, that you, Katherine, never discussed any details about shooting Matt with Tracy and Kevin together. Never, right?
That's what it says, yes.
Well, and that's what you caused to be given in the way of truthful information to the government the very first time, right?
Yes.
And you thought long, you thought hard, you had discussions with your lawyer about making sure that the information you give to the government would be relevant and material to the charges that they're bringing not only against you, but Kevin.
Yes.
And your mom.
Yes.
Let's get to the other point I made. And I apologize to you and everyone in the room if I'm seem to be belaboring this, but the next line is Tracy, your mother, wouldn't discuss the details with you, only that there was a plan going on and that she, Tracy, would speak to Kevin about the details, right? That's what that says.
Yes.
That's because of what you knew, right?
Yes.
That's because that's what happened, right? She distanced you and Kevin. She kept you on prongs of her plan.
Katherine explained that Tracy instructed her to stay upstairs when Matt arrived, while the plan involved either Tracy or Kevin, if necessary, using a gun and placing a knife in Matt's hand to make it appear he was the aggressor. Katherine maintained that she never knew Kevin was directly involved in carrying out the plan, only that he might be willing, and she never discussed any details about harming Matt with Kevin. She confirmed that the knife was already in Tracy's possession before Matt arrived, and she never saw who placed it. From the start, Katherine provided the government with truthful information, emphasizing that she never coordinated any actions with both Tracy and Kevin together. She had carefully prepared with her attorney to ensure all her statements were accurate and material, and she acknowledged that Tracy intentionally kept her distanced from Kevin, managing the plan without fully disclosing details to her. What do you think about the level of control Tracy maintained over the situation?
I'll talk to Kevin. I'm not going to tell you what I'm talking to him about. But here, let's talk about our plan. You'll lure him in, etc. We've heard what your plan, your guys' plan ended up being. Never you and Kevin together. Tracy's in there directing the conversation. You have no closure with Kevin on it. You don't know what she's telling him. That's
Correct.
what you meant to say here, right?
Yeah.
Now, we already established in Exhibit 1 that the first point of getting this deal was that, according to the prosecutors, it had to be truthful, right?
Yes.
Well, here's what happened. You received an immunity letter, right?
Yes, it did.
And then the prosecutor who said what you said, what we just went over had to be truthful, arranged to have you interviewed, right?
Yes.
So, having presumably determined that that proper was truthful, they set up the interview, and I think it is on June. In June. June 12th, y'all get together in the room and you have this discussion in this interview with the prosecutors, and certainly they are free in that interview to ask you any question they want, right?
Yes.
You told them that it'd be truthful.
Yes.
You understood that they're going to have to believe it for you to get your deal still, right?
Yes.
Let's run through what is or isn't said in that interview. Your interview to get the deal. Excuse me one moment. I'm going to focus on questions that had to do with Kevin, but also what you said about Tracy being the mastermind, okay?
Okay.
Tracy directed the plan and kept Katherine out of discussions with Kevin. To secure her immunity, Katherine gave truthful statements to prosecutors on June 12th, focusing on Kevin's role and Tracy as the mastermind. Do you think her honesty was essential for the deal?
Having given the proper that we just went over, when you get to the subject, speaking with Detective Nordine and the prosecutors, sorry. You again reiterated to the prosecutors this notion that you don't know that there were any conversations with Kevin about this plan, right?
I was only present for the one after sushi.
Well, you agree as you sit here today, you've never said there was we've already established you said there wasn't any conversations in your proffer letter. Do you remember telling the police when you had your I must be truthful to get my deal meeting that there was never any meeting with Kevin?
Yes.
What you described about Kevin on that day, in fact, was that on the 12th, Kevin was in his room the whole time. You don't remember even seeing him. You remember that?
Correct.
This is what you told the government in the meeting you had where you had to tell the truth to get your deal, right?
Correct.
By the way, this is now, you've had between the May offer letter, you've had a month to get ready to remember, to prepare to give them all the information you have. Certainly do. Talked about your plan to murder your husband. And who was involved in what happened? You've had all that time to prepare for the meeting, right?
Correct.
And at this point in time, you've had a whole long time since you are arrested and charged with this crime, right?
Yes.
And again, you reiterated to the police, at least, this notion that your mother went to sushi with Kevin, right? Remember that subject came out.
Yes.
But what you told them in this meeting is you don't know what was said with sushi.
I don't know what was said at sushi.
You weren't there.
You're right.
And since you don't know what was said, not only do you not know because you didn't go, you don't know because your mom didn't tell you.
Right.
Mom never said anything. The belief is there's this sushi meeting. Now, they went to sushi all the time, right?
I don't know.
And they go have lunch. You're not there. Your mom doesn't tell you what was said there. Can we agree that that's what you told the government?
Yes.
And flatly said to the government that she went there where she could have a private conversation without involving you.
Correct.
Your whole impression of the thing is your mom is setting up a time she can talk to Kevin, and you won't know anything about what was said or done.
Correct.
I think you told this jury after, if you saw Kevin, we're going to get to timelines. I don't know, which one is accurate, but if you ever saw him after the meeting, he didn't seem to be a changed person. He didn't seem to be affected. He didn't seem to have a mood change or anything like that, right?
No.
Katherine told prosecutors she never saw any conversations between Kevin and Tracy about the plan. On that day, Kevin stayed in his room, and she had no knowledge of what was discussed during Tracy's lunches with him. Her mother deliberately kept her out of those discussions, and even later, Kevin showed no change in behavior or mood. What do you think will happen next? What will be the result of this case? Stay with us to find out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.